They did a hell of a job. We need to have them come back every week. Thank you, John Coates. Of course, that's John Coates' fast pitch softball team out of Gloucester. He's also in charge of the STARS program. Russ Wiles, back up to you, bud.
Budweiser Modifieds about ready to make their way onto the Speedway for their first feature event of the night. And starting to pull out of Powhatan, Virginia, and your Barracks Racing Hamilton machine, car number 51 of Joey Polovoy. Outside pole out of King George, Virginia, and your Hamilton machine, Maxey's Towing. Sponsored 04 of Brian Maxey. Inside second row, starting third in car number 71, out of Gainesville, Virginia, going to be Paige Harrison. Fourth, you'll find car 5W of Dan Arnold out of Petersburg, Virginia. Fifth, the inside of your third row in car 1ST out of Powhatan, Virginia, Brett Hamilton. Sixth, you'll find car 36G of Brandon Galloway to Gloucester, Virginia. Seventh will be car number 99W of Chris Arnold. Eighth, you'll find car number 99 of Charlie Hubbard. Starting with him, going to be car number 21, starting 9th of John Ferguson. Curtis Barracks in car number 57, starting 10th. With 11th, you'll find car number 1 of Neil Hudgens. Car 75, starting 12th of Kelly Samuels out of Chester, Virginia. Out of Richmond, you'll find Aaron Harris, car number 15 and 13th. 14th will be James Jesse in car number 19 out of Spotsylvania, Virginia. Out of Gloucester, Virginia, you'll find car 43 of Josh Harris in your 15th position. Francis Sherrill III in car 01, starting 16th here tonight with Jacob Bowie in car number 11, 17th. 18th will be car number 48 of Lance Grady. Ladies and gentlemen, this time by, everyone please stand up on your feet to honor the drivers here in your Budweiser Modifieds. Everyone on your feet, let's hear it real loud. Here they are out of turn number 4, the salute to the fans, your Budweiser Modifieds. Lights on the Chandler Chevrolet Pace truck. Going to be going off this time around. Powhatan, Virginia's Joey Polovoy in that car number 51 starting on your pole spot. Want to thank you race fans very much for partying along with us here tonight. Later on, we'll do the wave. We will do that for you tonight. Chandler Chevrolet Pace truck going to speed up down the backstretch, dive down on to the infield. It's Joey Polovoy, Brian Maxey, Paige Harrison, Dan Arnold, Ferguson, Barracks, Neil Hudgens, the whole gang right there, ready to tackle this green flag. Once again, race fans, for the first green flag, we're going to ask for you to stand on your feet and yell real loud for these guys. Your first green flag of the night for your Budweiser Modifieds. Here they are. Green flag is out. Your feature event is underway. Polovoy to the inside of Maxey, hard on the binders, and gonna let Polovoy have it. Brian Maxey sideways. Brian Maxey saved it on the backstretch. Big time drama already brewing. Brian Maxey goes around and returns swinging 4. He will sit idle down to the apex of turns 3 and 4. For your first caution flag of the night for your Budweiser Modifieds comes out. Left rear tire, that's what brought out that caution, him spinning. And that flat tire bringing him around over in the center of turns 3 and 4. Tough break for your outside pole sitter. And that's going to bring the car 5W of Dan Arnold right up next to Joey Polovoy. Crew working vigorously trying to get him back out onto the racetrack. Looks like it's going to take a little bit more than what they first anticipated to try to get him back on the racetrack, as something definitely broke underneath that machine. Meanwhile, off turn number 4, it's going to be Polovoy getting back on the throttle. Here we go once again. The green flag is out. Your Budweiser Modifieds are once again back at it. And as we said previously, there goes Dan Arnold. Goodbye. He's on the top side and gone. Joey Polovoy now sitting second with car number 71, the white and black machine. Paige Harrison sitting in third. Now it's going to be Brett Hamilton to the inside of Brandon Galloway there, and Brett Hamilton now powers his way into the third spot as they make their way down to turn one. Dan Arnold really pulling away from Joey Polovoy. He now has over a second lead on Joey Polovoy in that car number 51. Polovoy just trying to hang on to second at this point. He's got Brett Hamilton making his way up to the back door down in turn one. Paige Harrison sits nicely in your fourth spot. A little bit of a hiccup there, and it's going to be Galloway looking to the top side. Jacob Bowie in that car number 11, the blue machine, who we saw had problems earlier in the day, brings his car down to the infield, and a little bit of puff of smoke. That's what we saw earlier. Once again, that problem rises to the surface, so he will not having a good day here today as he brings his ride down to the infield. Meanwhile, Brett Hamilton trying to get past the car number 51 of Joey Polovoy. Got to get a little bit closer first. Brings it right up to his back door there in the corner. And Polovoy just has a nice exit to that turn, as now looks like Brandon Galloway to the inside of car number 71 of Paige Harrison. Ferguson with a little bit of contact as well. Paige Harrison, John Ferguson, a little bit of contact over there, turns 1 and 2. Banging doors, trading paint over there. Looks like Paige Harrison going to come out ahead on that one. Harrison can't get the right line coming off the corner. It's just not working for him. And John Ferguson just kind of riding to that low side, waiting for him to slip up to pull it right underneath of him. Meanwhile, Brett Hamilton closes the gap between second and third. It's going to be Brett Hamilton trying to get around Polovoy down in turn number 3, and Dan Arnold is just completely checked out by over 3 seconds now in that car 5W. Lance Grady and also the car number 19 of James Jesse up high out of the way of that car 5W of Dan Arnold. As they go one lap down here on lap number 7. Now lap number 8, they will go one lap down officially. Nice clean racing so far. Looks like Joey Polovoy going to have to get around that car number 48 of Lance Grady and James Jesse in that car number 19 quickly, because he's got Brett Hamilton right behind him, a seasoned driver, veteran driver here at the Speedway, who knows how to get around these lap cars, been doing it plenty of times before. Lance Grady going to throw something into the mix there as he gets around James Jesse. Polovoy now going to have to hold up his game to try to wait for that car 48 of Lance Grady. Polovoy brings that car number 51 to the inside of Lance Grady. Brett Hamilton, a Hamilton built number 1 ST machine, right behind him. Both of them getting held up as Dan Arnold just completely checks out. We're looking at almost a 5-second lead over Joey Polovoy now. 5.7, almost 6 seconds the lead distance between first and second. Polovoy still can't get around Lance Grady. To the corner panel, to the door. Now looking like the pass is going to be successful as they make the way down off turns 3 and 4. Looks like Brett Hamilton, though, right behind him off turn number 4. They are stacked too deep right there trying to get around lap traffic. And that has left Brandon Galloway to catch up as well. Lance Grady also seems a little bit faster now. That car number 48 as they make their way down to turn 3. Dan Arnold dominating right now. Already put Neil Hudgens and that car number 15 of Aaron Harris one lap down. Really working traffic off turn number 4 here. He's got 3 cars in front of him, though. And Brett Hamilton around Joey Polovoy. Polovoy's going to bring it down low, though. They're side by side. For your second spot of Brett Hamilton, credited with the lap that time. He's going to be now second to Joey Polovoy. And Polovoy is just going to be falling deeper into the field as they make their way down the backstretch into turn 2. Meanwhile, Dan Arnold making his way around lap traffic down at turn number 1. Got that car 0-1 right in front of him of Francis Terrell to the top of the racetrack. Josh Harris right there in front of him as they're trying to get around the car number 75 collectively of Kelly Samuels. And Dan Arnold just has completely checked out. He can just kind of cruise at this point. I mean, you're looking at coming up to they're 4 wide on the backstretch. Dan Arnold bobbing and weaving in the center, brings it. Aaron Harris right there with a bunch of smoke coming from the center compartment as looks like contact with Brett Hamilton. And it looks like tire smoke. Yeah, flat tire on Aaron Harris's machine is, yeah, flat tire, definitely. He can't get out of his own way right there in turn number 3 and 4. More smoke now from a different car. That's John Ferguson in that car 21. And caution flag is out. Several cars dropping out of competition right there. Aaron Harris, big-time suspension and tire issues over there in turn number 4 with contact with Brett Hamilton. That's going to bring him to the end of his day. Also, Brandon Galloway, who made his way down to pit road right before that caution flag came out. He's going to have issues, and the car number 21 of John Ferguson also with a tire down and a lot of smoke from the engine compartment of that machine. Wanted real bad. Don't forget the car 04 Brian Maxey has already been to victory lane this year. Trying to get himself another one. The green flag flies. We are back underway at lap number 17. 25 the distance. Brett Hamilton early to the inside of Polovoy. That's your battle for second off turn 2. They'll chase down the backstretch into turn number 3 for Dan Arnold, but he's already 5 car lengths out. And Dan Arnold, strong lead off turn 4 to the stripe. Now Paige Harrison taking a look to the inside of Polovoy. Polovoy falling through the field. Although, looks like the car 04 Brian Maxey brings it to the inside of that car 57 of Curtis Barris. Now Brian Maxey's inside your top 5. They make their way off turn number 4. He sets his sights now for Paige Harrison down the front stretch into turn 1. Polovoy holding on to that 3rd spot right there, but it's Brian Maxey on the move to the inside of Paige Harrison. Blows by him. Almost made 2 passes on the backstretch before he made it down to turn number 3. Brian Maxey is hooked up. And Brian Maxey is just a pure case of running out of laps right now as he's still behind Joey Polovoy, but beating on the back door. To the inside, brings it to the door. Not much room between those 2 drivers. Now it's going to be Brian Maxey making his way up to 3rd. Polovoy back to 4th. Paige Harrison rounding out your top 5. 1 driver, Neil Hudgens, stopped to the inside of turns 3 and 4. And Neil Hudgens brings out the caution flag over there in turns 3 and 4. He has stopped down to the inside near the wall. We're going to find out which way Brian Maxey goes. He's going to try to get around Brett Hamilton quick and chase down that car 5. And try to end up in victory lane. 4th is Joey Polovoy. 5th, Paige Harrison. Curtis Barracks after that. Out of turn 4, Dan Arnold back on the loud paddle. Green flag is back out. And here we go. Down the front stretch into turn 1 as the laps are winding down. Brian Maxey getting a nice run off turn number 2. It's going to be the chase down the backstretch as he now catches Brett Hamilton. Brian Maxey, nice line off turn number 4 that time as he chases Brett Hamilton for the 2nd spot down into turn 1. Dan Arnold, though, put some space between 1st and 2nd right there. Your top 3 evenly spaced out. Brian Maxey, obviously faster than Brett Hamilton, but can he get around him with 23 of 25 laps on the board? White flag is out this time by for the car 5 of Dan Arnold. Through turns 1 and 2. Nice line for Dan Arnold. Man, he is fast. That car is on a rail. Joey Polivoy falling back. Curtis Barrett's getting underneath of him. Across the start and finish line. Dan Arnold in car 5W will visit Victory Lane here at Bill Sawyer's Virginia Motor Speedway. Lane driver of the car 5W, Mr. Dan Arnold. Last minute check, huh?
Well, I got in that lap car. Lap car was kind of tricky, and the right front was going down, so I didn't want to see that caution. I forgot where Victory Lane was. It's been so long since I've been in it.
Well, I tell you what, I don't use this word a lot because I know a lot of people overuse it, but pure dominance tonight. I mean, every single time we had a restart, it wasn't whether you were good on a short run, good on a long run. You were gone. I mean, it was obvious, and it was very awesome.
Well, you know, the last 2 or 3 weeks, the car's been extremely fast, and we've had the best, worst luck you could have, and we had a new shock package this year, and it's taken a long time to figure it out, and we got to figure it out, and that hot rod was fast.
All right, how about your sponsors help put this ride together for you?
Want to thank Hamilton Race the Cars and Cedar Creek Race and the Skateaway. And I need a special thanks to the Galloway family and to Wayne Taylor, John Ferguson. They loaned me a motor at 4 o'clock from my other car, so I really appreciate it.
All right, awesome job. Here he is, folks, right here in Victory Lane, Mr. Dan Arnold.